Hello again, and welcome to Open Your Minds with the Junior, where this is another take in our sports talk where we're going to talk about what it means to be an athlete. Now, when you're an athlete, a lot of times people expect you to perform and do these great, spectacular things that no one else has seen or done. And a lot of times they forget what the athlete really is outside of just them being able to perform. So in this video, we're just going to talk about a few things of what it means to be an athlete, as well as, what athletes can do to succeed. So the first thing we're going to talk about, what it means to be an athlete. You are a role model, even if you don't want to be. So as an athlete, you have to understand that there's a lot of people that are looking up to you and they're looking at you for guidance and understanding of what it means to be an athlete. So they're going to be looking at you on the court and on the field. They're also going to be looking at you off the court and off the field. Especially as professionals, one of the biggest things that they're looking at is how you respond when you're in interviews, how you respond when you're talking to your fans, what you're saying on podcasts or on blogs, or what are you posting on social media. They're looking at your interactions when you're going to the store. They're looking at, and of course, they're going to be looking at you when you're performing on the court or on the field or on whatever aspect of the sport that you're performing at. They're going to expect you to perform at the best ability that you possibly can. And they're also going to expect to see positive interactions of you when they come out, because a lot of these people that are looking at you, they're looking up to you. They understand that this is the highest level of the sport that we're going to see. How is this person when they get on the court, on the field? How is this person when they when they witness adversity? I want to be able to learn all of this, especially when you're a youth. You're trying to learn how to be this professional, and so you're going to pay attention to every aspect, and you're going to dissect it like a sponge until you eventually get or understand exactly what that athlete has done to get to the level that they got to. And you're going to take on some of those characteristics and some of those personalities, because you're expecting that that's what it is expected of you as an athlete. So athletes have to be careful and mindful of that even if they don't want to be, like Charles Barkley said, he's not a role model. Well, guess what you are? Sorry to say it. But either way it goes, you have to understand as an athlete, you are a role model. If you're in high school, your teammates, your classmates, your teachers, they're looking at you as a role model. When you're in college, same thing. Your professors, your teammates, your coaches, your recruiters, all of those are looking at you and they're expecting you to be an example for those who want to come after you. Okay? The next thing to remember is you will receive unwanted pressure from all angles. What this means is that you're going to be expected to perform every single night, every single day that you go out on the field, that you go out on the court, that you go into your championship games, into playoff games. Everything that you do, if you're representing the country, they're expecting you to perform. This can cause a lot of unwanted pressure, because all you want to do is simply play the game. All you want to do is play your sport and play what you have worked hard on, and you've studied and you did all the training, all the practicing. All you want to do is play the game. But you have a lot of individuals who are either betting on you, that are telling their friends about how you're going to score 50 points tonight, how you're going to throw 500 passing yards and you're going to throw the game-winning touchdown, how you're going to hit 4 home runs today, or how you're going to break the world record in the 100-meter dash. Or, you have a lot of individuals that are counting on you and that have been betting on you to perform. That can cause a lot of unwanted pressure, because you have these people you don't even know. You've never met them. You don't know where they come from. You don't know why they feel the way that they feel. And then if you don't perform, you have some angry individuals that will do things such as spit on you in public, throw things at you. They might even threaten your family. They might say some things that might try to ruffle your feathers. They may even go to your social media and try to downplay everything that you have done. These are things this is unwanted pressure that an athlete has to deal with, especially in this day and age where social media is so prevalent and everybody is using it. So, it used to be back in the day, a lot of athletes didn't even have to worry about this. But now, athletes know exactly how fans or people feel about them and what they do, even if it's not relevant. So that brings on that pressure. The next thing is your personal mental battles are not important to everyone. That's one thing that I cannot express the importance the most about. As an athlete, you definitely have to make sure your mental health is intact, and it can be in danger every time that you step on that court or on the field, because you have all of this unwanted pressure. A lot of these people don't realize that athletes are athletes when they take their jerseys off. So, when they're just walking out and they're going to the store just wanting to get groceries for their family, maybe they just had a fight with their girlfriend, fiance, wife, or husband. Maybe they just got finished having a bad day. Maybe they just lost a family member that was close and dear to them. Maybe they're struggling because they went back to school and they're trying to handle the pressures. Maybe something happened at practice where they got angry at the coach because of a play that he was trying to do. A lot of these things can cause mental battles, but the truth of the matter is nobody really cares but you. It's sad, but it's true. Nobody really cares about the mental battles that an athlete has to go through. And instead, they say, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what you're dealing with, regardless of what's going on behind the scenes, when you step on this court, when you step on this field, when you step out in front of those cameras, we're expecting you to play at the best ability that we have seen you do countless times. And if you don't perform, we got something to say about it. Okay, and the final thing is nobody can want to succeed more than you. As an athlete, you have to realize that your success is dominantly on you. It is on you to perform, to succeed, and you have to want it more than anybody else. You cannot count on your teammates to want it. You can't count on your coaches to want it. You can't count on your parents to want it, your family to want it, your spouses to want it, your partners, anyone in your circle. They cannot want success more than you. So you have to remember that as an athlete. Okay? So what you can do to succeed as an athlete. One of the first things you have to remember is to gain mental toughness. Now, as an athlete, some of us know what that is, but for those who don't, mental toughness is simply the ability to take in everything that's going into the mind and still perform. Being able to focus on the game regardless of any obstacles or adversities that may come our way. So as an athlete, some of the greats such as like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Tom Brady, these guys have mastered mental toughness because they understood that they understood what it meant to be an athlete. They understood that they were going to get the boos. They were going to get the hurrahs. They were going to get the people in their circle that's going to say, you need to score 30 or 40. You need to win tonight. You need to perform. You need to go to practice. You need to eat right. You need to do this. You need to do that. They understood all of that, and because of their love for the game, it trumped anything that was going on around them, regardless of, family aspects, things that were going on around their circle. If a friend of theirs got hurt, a lot of those things, they were able to put them to the side and dissect them and make them lower than their success in the game. And that is one of the main ways of how you master mental toughness, being able to sift through that. The next thing is you have to experience mindfulness. You have to understand that a lot of times when you're playing in your sport, that you have to be aware. Mindfulness is simply the ability to be self-aware of what's going on within you and what's going on around you by not trying to interpret or judge the situation. For an example, you can be sitting in a game and it's 3 minutes left on the clock. Just evaluate how you feel. Take 15 to 20 seconds. Just evaluate how you're feeling about the situation, how you feel about your skill set, what's going on with your teammates, how do you feel about your teammates, how do you feel about your coach, has he been doing his job up to this point? The crowd, is the crowd loud? Is the grass level? All of these things you have to think about. Take a moment just to think about what's going on, even if it's just 10 seconds or 15 seconds during the game. Take the moment and just breathe in and acknowledge everything that's going on around you. Don't try to interpret it. Don't try to judge it. Don't try to figure things out. Just, pay attention to your emotions and what's going on. And so the third thing is you want to stay vigilant. As an athlete, of course, we're going to go through things. Things are going to happen. Life happens to anyone, anybody, and everything. So one of the things that we have to remember is staying vigilant just means just to stay the course, regardless of what's going on. If you need to, find someone in your circle that you can talk to about these things. Or, seek out a therapist or a counselor. Seek out someone that you can talk to help you level and focus in on things that you may be struggling with, that you're taking with you when you go out to perform as an athlete. Because once you get on that floor, regardless of what's going on, you're going to have to perform. And if you don't perform, then not only you're going to feel worse, everyone else around you are going to feel bad as well. But the main focus is you're going to feel bad because you know what you're capable of. So one of the things, you definitely want to make sure that you're staying the course. So do whatever is necessary to help you stay that course. Even if you feel bad going into a game, dissect that, get that out of your mind, and get ready to perform. And then finally, that goes into my last one. Focus on your game and not your skill. A lot of times we get so caught up into being talented and gifted that we don't pay attention to all of the aspects of the sport. So, become a student of the game, focus on your game. Pay attention to all aspects, such as, you may be talented enough to throw the ball 75 yards. You may be talented enough to hit from the half court 5 out of 10 times. You may even be talented enough to hit a home run like 800 or 900 yards out of the field, whatever. Regardless of that, when is that necessary? Like, at what point, in what case and point during a game is it necessary? So then that's where becoming a student of the game comes into. You have to focus on the game itself. How are you playing during the game? What are some of the things that you are paying attention to? Is the person in front of you a better defender than you expected? Can you adjust to that? The defense that you're going up against, is it too hard to run through the blocks, or is it too hard to get past your defensive back that you're trying to catch over? Is it hard to read the defenses when you're draw back as a quarterback? When you step up to the plate, are you going up against a pitcher that has a wonderful changeup, or a pitcher that can throw 150 miles per hour? On the soccer field, are you able to dissect which one of which goalie that you're going to go up against? Are you going to be able to get around them? All these things you want to focus on and you want to dissect before you get on the game, because you don't want to rely on your skill fully. You want to be able to focus in on the game. Okay, that's what I have. If you like this video, share with your friends. And again, it just goes back to show I love you guys. God bless you all. And let's continue to open our minds together.